Strong Black Super Feminist. We are doing a playlist. If you want to watch these videos on row, the playlists are called, let me see here, All I Know About Submissive Wives / Marriage / Family. I believe this is part 21. Not sure. Anyways, yeah, part 21. Anyways, we've so far, the last few videos I gave some tips, but we're going to go back now to the biology of men and women, husbands and wives, and so far we've talked about which gender is selfish and why, which one is picky, entitled, and how these three traits lead to hypergamy. And that all of these things that I just mentioned, why they are, these are all survival biomechanisms. Okay, they're all biomechanisms, but they deal with survival. You know what I mean? A woman is, tiny, incapable, weak. Obviously, she's going to be more selfish. The man is giving. He's always going out, getting the food, coming back, and giving it to the woman. A woman is picky. Why? It's a biomechanism. She can only have one baby per year. Okay? So she has to get a good man because she's not going to be contributing to a lot of babies, right? She can only do one at a time. Why is a man not picky? Because he spreads a seed around to a bunch of women, right? He doesn't need to be picky, you know what I mean? Because he's going to get a good baby. The woman gets a good baby by picking a great man. A man gets a good baby by distributing his seeds to many, many women, and then statistically, he's going to, just by dumb luck, he's going to get one that has one good woman, or some good women, and they're going to have good babies. You know what I mean? It's a biomechanism. You know what I mean? If he was picky, then he wouldn't be getting his seed set, thrown all over the place, and his species would die. If she wasn't picky, then she would be picking idiot men, you know what I mean, and be creating idiot babies, which would be detrimental to the species. You know what I mean? All these things are not good or bad. You know what I mean? It's just what it is. You know what I mean? So you don't look down on a woman because you say, oh, she's a selfish, picky, entitled person, and she has hypergamy. No, that's just biology, man. That's like saying a lion is bad because he eats the gazelle. No, the lion eats the gazelle because his biology told him to eat the gazelle, and he's just following his biology. That's all. It's not right or wrong, okay? It's not good or bad. It's biology, okay? But we did go over the main thing is always pick a submissive wife. And we've gone over, that was the main fundamental thing I'm trying to get across to you, is to get a submissive wife, okay? As a good leader, you want to pick someone that's going to be a good mom to your kids, your future kids. That's why that's the most important decision, is because it affects your kids. You know what I mean? You can either pick a good mom or you can pick an idiot mom. And we said, and here's four main things that we said you got to look out for, right? Feminazis, meaning female supremacist / feminist, whatever you want to call them. 100% chance you're gonna get divorced, okay? And you're gonna break up your kids' family and your family. Well, for what? You already know that it's a fact. If they're a feminazi, they will destroy, because their whole ideology is based on destroying the family unit. So you can that's like it's insane to people. Like, a man will pick a feminazi when knowing that literally, like, I'm not saying it in some kind of parabolic way or whatever. I'm being literal here. They're literal. They have four goals, feminazis: destroy the patriarchy, destroy the family unit, destroy Christianity, and create a matriarchy. Destroy the family unit. It sounds, so you're literally marrying someone who their main four goals. One of them is to destroy the family unit, and you're going to marry her and make a family with her. That makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. And why? If she's telling you she's a female supremacist, right? A feminist. She's saying to you, this is like a black man getting a woman that's a white woman, and she's a white supremacist, and he's like, I think it'll work. I think our marriage will work. No, dude. If you're black and she's a white supremacist, the marriage ain't gonna work, dude. Okay, the marriage is doomed. All right. Same way, if you're a man and you marry a female supremacist, just logic, this would tell you. You would think, but in today's day and age, it doesn't tell nobody. Female supremacist, that'll be good for a marriage and a family. I'm going to have to marry this woman. Oh, yeah. Give me a boss babe. That's what I want. But we said that was 4 things to look out for. The one was feminazis. Another one is traumatized. Okay, I didn't bring this up. But yeah, traumatized women, they've been traumatized their entire life as a child from their parents. And then they got traumatized, their husbands, their boyfriends. They're just always traumatized. And I'm not saying that they're bad people. I'm just saying they are broken at that point. And you have children. You instead of thinking about yourself like a selfish piece of crap, and thinking about your wife, like a selfish piece of crap. Why don't you think about your future kids? Why don't you think about them? Because that's what's important. Okay, that's what's being this thing about how being a man is taking care of a single mom and her kids. No, being a man is making hard decisions, okay, that affect your family, okay? And for future kids, you can either pick a single mother who gave up her, already showed that she has bad decision-making skills, and you pick her, you're just screwing your kids over. You know what I mean? But this thing, if they're traumatized the whole time, they're just going to bring that trauma, that baggage into your marriage. It's going to bring it into the raising of your children, okay? So I'm not saying like, traumatized terrorists are batshit crazy and you shouldn't be with them and blah, blah. No, you shouldn't be with them because I consider myself traumatized, right, as a child and as an adult too, actually. But all my trauma seems to like help in a relationship. Like that's why I want a wife. I want to love her. I want to help her. I want to care for her. You know what I mean? But women, when they get trauma, and I have hate too. I have hate for everybody. That's why I want that wife, so that we can go against the world. You know what I mean? These horrible people, but we can have each other. You know what I mean? But no. Women don't do that. I know because just because of common sense and data, and also my life experience. Every woman I've picked had big time trauma in her life. And I'm thinking, we can relate. We can help each other and be together and that'll bond us. No. It never bonds you. It never bonds you. Because they don't take their trauma and use it. Like a man takes his trauma and it tries to make him closer. That's why he wants that woman more. He wants to be, no. A woman will use everything that happened in her past, all that stuff that happened in trauma, and she will use it against you. You know what I mean? Well, this guy did this, and so now I have to punish you for what he did to me in my past. You know what I mean? That's what you'll get with a traumatized woman. Okay? And if they're traumatized, do you want the mother of your children to be a traumatized woman, or do you want her to be not a traumatized woman? A good and fair leader would pick the one that was not traumatized, because he would want his children to be raised by a non-traumatized woman. And that's 2. We said feminazis is the traumatized women, single moms. Never, ever, even, you gotta run away from that. Statistically, it's crazy. They've told you that they're bad decision makers, right? They've told you that they're promiscuous, right? So, and there's so many things wrong with being with a single mom. I mean, first of all, you're with a kid that you're going to bond with, and she's going to leave you. She's already shown that she left the first dad, Why wouldn't she leave you if you don't have kids with her? And even when you do have kids with her, she can leave anyway. But you're going to bond with this kid, and then she's going to leave and take the kid with her. And you have no rights. You will never see that kid again. It's crazy. And then the last one, 4, we said, feminazi, traumatized, single mom, divorced. Remember, 72%, and they say it's a 50% divorce rate. Let's keep in mind, 72% of marriages last. Then you got 28% that don't, right? Well, how is that 50-50? Well, because those 28 women that divorced their husbands, they go on to do 2 or 3 more marriages where they're just basically serial marriage destroyers, and they just go on and destroy. And if they all have 2.5 marriages more than they got, that's like 70 marriages. So now you got the 72 who originally kept their marriage, and then you got 28 people who divorced 2.5 times to get 70 divorces. So 72 and 70, that's pretty much 50-50. That's how it is. So if you pick one of these women, you're an idiot. They've proven already, they've already said that my oath, when I marry a man, my oath is meaningless. That's what they're saying. And then you're saying, yes, I want to marry this woman. She divorced a man. She's telling me right to my face that her oath is meaningless. She has no honor when it comes to her oath in a marriage. So that sounds like a good plan. I'll marry her because then she's going to stay with me forever. Like this is mental brain damage talk. Okay, that's crazy. Now let's go on to the 5th main thing that you should beware of, right? And this 5th thing is a biomechanism. Okay, so it's actually a survival biomechanism. See, that's what makes it wouldn't be bad. You can change biomechanisms. You can go against your biomechanisms, but you can't go against survival biomechanisms. You know what I mean? It just can't be done. Okay. So we're going to talk. The next biomechanism we're going to talk about is called a pair bonding mechanism. Okay. And I talk about this in my playlist called Pastafarian Roles. Because as a Pastafarian, you have to understand about pair bonding mechanisms. If you don't understand pair bonding, if you cannot understand pair bonding mechanisms, then you're not a true Pastafarian. Okay. And what is a pair bonding mechanism? I want you to think about ducks. Okay. We've all seen the videos or the cartoon or the sitcom, and they find an egg and they take it home and heat it up, and a duck comes out and is born, right? And the duck sees the man or the kid or whoever who, the duck was the first person. The person is the first person that duck's seen. He imprints, okay, onto that. It's an actual bonding mechanism. It's not a pair bonding mechanism. It's a nurturing bonding mechanism. Okay, and what happens is the duck will follow that dude around, or that kid, or whoever acted like the mom and took the egg and and was there when he was born. He imprints. Okay, that duck imprints onto that, and we've seen the videos. Okay, we know this. That little duckling will follow the human around, or whoever he thinks his mommy is, whoever he imprinted on, all the time. You can't get rid of the duck, man. And you can walk outside, no matter what. That duck is like up your ass, man. I mean, that duck really is attached to you. Okay, why is he like that? Because that's your mother, bonding mechanism. You know what I mean? That bonds. That way, your mommy duck, the little baby duck will be imprinted onto the mommy duck, and the mommy duck will be imprinted onto the baby duck, and that way they can stay together and not be separated. You know what I mean? And have your baby duck eaten up by somebody. Running out of time here, and I got a little computer mess up. Nope, jeez.